Hi, welcome to my corner of the internet. I am Finn, and if this video found you, it probably found you for a reason. I talk about spirituality, manifestations, and just little tidbits that I've learned in life or things I find interesting. And today's topic of interest is Acts of Sarah. It's a movie on Netflix, and I genuinely recommend it. I think it's very interesting. But for the purposes of this video, we'll be talking about some manifestations, ideologies, and some ideologies that I think were so interesting and worth sharing, and I think worth implementing into your life. And so, if you want to check it out, it's on Netflix. I really recommend it. It's really good. So just a little bit of background because I'm not going to go into the plot line of the movie so as not to spoil it for people who want to watch it. But the story is about a woman who basically cons her way into wealth. Now, I do not condone conning or scamming people, but I do think it's very interesting to learn from the movie and to implement the things you learn from that movie into good. We do not want to cause more chaos in this world. So please do take every single thing that I say and act on it in a way that is good and of life. And please use your discernment. Not every single thing I say is law, so take it as you will. Now, let's get into the video. Acts of Sarah is such a wonderful movie. Highly love it. I'm like, I cannot just stop praising this movie, but it is really good. And the first thing that I learned from the movie is acting like you already have what you want. Now, Sarah didn't come from a rich background. She wanted to become rich, and so she had to act rich. And now, for the purpose of this video and for the purpose of the point that I'm about to make, I want you to think of the people that were around Sarah Kim as the universe. And now, Sarah Kim is this entity who basically acts like she's rich. She's bringing a brand called Boudior from Europe. Mind you, this brand doesn't exist, it's imaginary. It doesn't exist. There is no long line of European handheld bags, but she's acting like there is. She's acting like Boudior is something that has existed for years. She's acting like Boudior is something that is premium to the Korean market, but it doesn't exist. And because of this act that she's playing and because of this role that she's creating, the people around her are blessing her with what she wants. And that's why I said we should think about the people as the universe. Sarah Kim is playing a role here, and because of how well she's playing that role, and because of the fact that she's even embodying the role, she's being blessed with monetary value, she's being blessed with opportunities, she's being blessed with doors opening, she's being blessed with contacts with influential people who can make the things that she wants come into life. And so that's the point I'm trying to make. We need to act like we have already what we want. We need to act like we already achieved it. And this may look very silly, and I honestly dare you to be deluded as you do this. Act like it. If you want a 9 to 5 job, that would look like waking up and driving to some location and working there for 8 hours and coming back home. And then when you keep up with that routine, your versus like, oh, she's already acting like she has a 9 to 5. I can just bless her with a 9 to 5. It's pretending like you already have what it is that you desire. And one of my favorite examples of this ideology is about a private chef. Now, this private chef wanted to cook for clients and post videos about his cooking online, but there were some orders. He didn't have clients and he basically had no online community. And so, what does he do? He rents out an apartment and basically fakes like he has clients. So he goes to different Airbnbs and goes to different rented spaces and cooks for imaginary people. Now, these people don't exist, it doesn't have clients, but it cooks for them and he videos what it's cooking and posts it online. And because of his online post is able to reach multitudes of people and gain clients for that. And so from him acting like he has clients, is able to receive actual clients and fulfill his dream of cooking for people. And so it's pretending like you already have what you have, even if that's not what reality says. It's about taking control of your reality and acting like it's the reality that you desire. And I think that's the basic of it. It's just pretending. It's pretending like, oh yeah, I've already done it. It's pretending like I already have it. And so Sarah Kim is always acting. She's always in this role of the person that she wants to become. And I think that leads me to my next point, which is the reinventing yourself. And acting and reinventing, I think, go hand in hand together. So acting, think of it as you don't have the meal, but you're going to pretend to sit on the table. And then reinventing is appetizers coming to that table. Now, I think sometimes the universe gives us like opportunities, but because we're not in a space, we don't see them. And so when you act, you're able to put yourself in a space to see opportunities that are around you because you're in the vibration of what you desire. So when you're acting like a private chef and the vibration of a private chef, you're acting like someone who is a private chef. And because of that, you're able to see opportunities that will get you to what you desire. And so reinventing, so acting is seeing and reinventing is the doing. And so reinventing is, okay, I want to become this. What does the person that is this do? And so in the example of a private chef, what does a private chef do? A private chef cooks for people. A private chef, I don't know what a private chef does. I think I use another example. For example, let's say you want to be healthier. So what does a healthier person do? They eat a balanced diet, they work out. And the current you is not doing any of that. And so with reinventing, there's an aspect of starving your current self or your old self and becoming the newer version of you. And so acting is getting you into that vibration, into that frequency. Reinventing is the actual doing of killing the whole self. And so if you want to become healthy, you're killing the part of you that loves to eat like unhealthily. You're killing the part of you that loves to eat snacks for most of their meals, and you're becoming the person that, it's a balanced diet. It's 75% healthy, 25% unhealthy, works out every day or works out for however long as you want. And so the reinventing is the doing. And so the acting is you don't have it yet, you're pretending to see that you have it. The reinventing is that, okay, now that I'm pretending to see, I'm actually seeing because now the universe is listening and giving you tidbits. And so, for example, with my private chef example, it's like I have a forum for private chefs. It's a conference for private chefs happening in my city. But yeah, it's not what I want. It's not clients, but it's a forum that I can go to for private chefs. And if I go to that forum, I can meet up with other private chefs who can then recommend me to people who are looking for private chefs. And so it's doing things. So it's putting yourself in a community where you can be tapped into opportunities that will arrive to bring you to your desired life. And so it's doing things because sometimes the universe comes in ways that when we're not actually looking at it, we don't see it. So, for example, if you go to a private chef forum, you can come in contact with someone who's looking for a new private chef who went to that forum so they can meet private chefs around them. And so it's like that, it's doing things. And although it might seem silly, it might seem weird, but I think weird, it just means new. It means unusual, it means new. But it might seem like that. You just don't know the opportunities that await you when you take that step. And so it's about doing inspired actions. It's about taking steps. It's about going and actually doing and becoming. And so I think what really helps with this point is to create a list of what you want. And so, for example, if I want to become my higher self, like we all do, it's creating a list of what that looks like for me. Now, my higher self, what does she do? What routines does she have? What does she eat? What does she say? How does she speak? What does she read? How do they interact with different things? How do they interact with people? Where would you find her on a Friday night? And so it's being specific with that. So, for example, a private chef, what would they do? They'll probably go to private chef conferences. Now, I don't know if that's an actual thing, but it's an example. They'll probably go to private chef conferences. They'll probably take, chefing classes to expand their skills. And so it's things like that, doing the things of the person you wish to become. That is the reinventing yourself. And so acting is more of a pretending than reinvention is doing. Because when you pretend, opportunities are gonna come. When you're pretending, when you're acting, they will come. And so the reinvention is the aspect of becoming who you want to be. And so it's like, okay, my old self has been pretending and acting, and that's okay. Now that we're in this vibration, and I'm saying that, okay, these are the things that I want, these are samples of the things that I want. I'm gonna taste them, I'm gonna eat them, I'm gonna, do exactly what it is that is required of me. And then that moves you to your desired self. And that's what I learned from Active Sarah, she pretended like she was there, and then when she got into those spaces, she acted upon it. So she acted upon her ideas. She pitched a band. She pitched a band. Oh God, this is so hard for me to say. She pitches a brand to people who are influential in those spaces. She creates ideas. She moves our bags into spaces of influence, and she does actions in order to get her to the Sarah Kemo Budio that we see. And so you act to get into the space. Once you get into the space, you invent yourself to become and do all the things that is done in that space, because when you get into the space, you can't act like your old self. You gotta act like the new self, and so you become that person. You do the things that that person does, and until you become that person. And that's why I say you have to be a little bit delusional, because sometimes you might feel like we don't deserve it, but the universe won't give you something you don't deserve. You've already started acting like that. You have the Because you've already started acting like that, you have the capacity to hold that thing and to deserve it in that sense. So you gotta just go and do it. And it doesn't matter who are we to say we don't deserve something. We deserve all that we think we do. So you just gotta reframe your thoughts. And that's why acting really helps, because once you're in that space of, oh yeah, I'm already pretending like I do it, so let me just do it for real, you have the capacity to hold it. So that those are like the first two things that I learned from Active Sarah, and I think they're so important with how we navigate goals and navigate things that we want to do. It's really, I think it really helps me in particular put myself in a space of, you know, being who I want to become, and put myself in a space of doing the things that future me or my higher self would do, or doing things that the person who's accomplished the goals that I want to accomplish is doing. And so, yeah, those are the first two things. And then the third thing that I learned from Active Sarah is the idea of surrounding yourself with people. Now, I don't believe in surrounding yourself with people just for the only purpose of them helping you. No, I think we should actually build connections with people. And I think people are so important in life as we navigate life. And so I'm not saying build connections with people just so they can help you. Absolutely not. That's not the goal. I'm saying build genuine connections with people, because sometimes people are your stepping stones to your desires. Sometimes your desires and manifestations will come to you through another person. And so it's important that we put ourselves out there and put ourselves in communities where we can grow and build with them. And I think it's so important, very, very important, to network. And I'm not saying network in the sense of professional suit and tie, but truly, truly, it can look as simple as reaching out to that one person you see online and being like, I really love your videos. I want to chat with you. And from that coffee chat, you don't know what might be waiting for you at the end of the door. Now, I'm not saying do this only for the purpose of what might be waiting for you, but I'm saying do it because people are so important in how we grow, and people are so important in how we get to our goals, that it helps a lot to be surrounded by people and use your discernment. Please be surrounded by people who genuinely uplift you, who respect you, who value you, and people who genuinely want the best for you. People who, whenever they see you, wish that you were better, like you were left well off than when they first encountered you. And so make connections with people of value and people that value you. Okay. But yeah, my third point is that your community where you are in, the people you see, the people you talk to are very important in building you or derailing you. Because people can derail as well. There are people that will shut down dreams. There are people that will say absolutely not. And you have to know what spaces you should be in, what spaces you should not be in. You have to know what spaces you should accept from and spaces you shouldn't accept from. And so people are important. And also in the aspect of people is the ability to receive. Now, a lot of us, we want things, but we're not ready to receive the things that we want. And in Acts of Sarah, she wanted to, meet people, and she wanted to get something, a very huge amount of money, and she was able to receive that huge amount of money and carry out what she wanted to carry out with. It's so oh, talking about it without trying to spoil it for everyone. So I apologize. I apologize for my stumbling of words, but I hope you get the point. And I hope I'm making sense because I feel like I'm just talking. I truly hope this is helping someone and it's making sense for everyone watching this. But what was I ever talking about? Yeah, the ability to receive. And this will look like, when, for example, someone wants to help you, you're like, I want this, I really want that. And people are hearing what you want because you remember, we've acted, we've done, and we're in spaces of people who truly value us and love us. And so you're talking about things that you desire, and the universe is like, okay, I can bring this to someone, or I can give you this. And the universe hands it over to you, and you don't know how to receive it. You don't have the capacity to receive, or you just haven't been prepared to receive. And so I need to dive a little deeper into this. Being prepared to receive is, for example, you want to start a startup, right? You want to start a business, but you need a capital for it. Being prepared to receive will look like opening a bank account for that company so you can receive the capital and you don't have to deal with any issues transferring the money to your personal account. It can look like doing registering your company, creating an LLC with the government so that it's already established. And so it's the act of like, so when opportunities arise for the company, you already have a government entity behind you. And so you're not just scrambling around trying to find a way to register last minute. You already have a registered company. And so it's the act of preparing to receive, but also that when it comes, you collect it, you hold on to it, and you utilize it. And so you've prepared to receive, but sometimes when it comes, we're kind of skeptical about it. And I think the skepticism sometimes, at least for me, comes to thinking it's too good to be true. Please, there is nothing, and I repeat, nothing that is too good to be true that comes from the universe. Okay, use your discernment when I say this, because use your discernment, please. You know the things that you can choose, the things that are for you and the things that are not for you. But I believe that the universe is not limited. There are miracles that can happen, and miracles happen every day. For example, let's say I want $7 million. Now, some people might think you have to work a 9 to 5 to receive $7 million, or some people might think you have to, you know, really struggle each day to receive several $1 million by the time you retire and put it into 401k and invest and do things like that. But I truly believe that the universe can bring it to you in so many ways. This can look like the lottery. This can look like something you even forgot you applied to coming in and it's the exact money you needed. This can look like a friend remembering you or you connecting with someone who gives you an inheritance. This can look like so many different ways and so many different things. Like, I truly believe that you have to be so open minded with the universe because it can bring you blessings in ways that you did not even expect. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, when the universe bring, I'm just what I'm talking about in that context. That when the universe brings something to you, sometimes we're like, oh, really? Oh, but I didn't apply to that, so maybe it's truly not for me. But it's like the universe gave it to you. They saw you, and they knew that you would be the right fit for this, and that's why they chose you. And so sometimes I think because of our own fear and our own mindset of lack, we sometimes don't receive the blessings that the universe bring to us because we think we're undeserving. And you are not undeserving for good things. Ain't no such thing. You are deserving of every goodness that comes into your life. And so, truly, truly, I think that we need to open our capacity to receive. And we need to open our capacity on how we receive. You do not have to receive through suffering alone. You don't have to receive through slaving yourself alone. It's okay for things to come to you with ease. And I think that's the most important part because when you allow yourself to receive with ease and you say to yourself, each day I wake up, it's so easy for me to make money. It's so easy for me to do my dreams. It's so easy for me to achieve my goals. People just love me and they just love to give to me. Open yourself up for the encounter that that will bring to your life and the blessings that that will bring to your life, because honestly, life is not meant to be about suffering. It's not meant to be about slaving yourself for years. It's meant to be of ease. And so receiving and having that capacity to receive however the universe brings it to you is so important, because sometimes the universe will bring it in a way that we didn't expect, but because of our own limitations of expectations we don't see it. And so we expect something to come in a certain way, to come in a pink color, but the universe brings something better in a blue color. But because we're looking for pink, we miss the blue, and we miss the goodness that the blue would have brought to our life. And so it's about hoping yourself to receive however the universe brings to you, and saying, I accept and I open myself to receive the goodness that will come in how they come for my own good, be specific. No cost to me, no harm to me, for my own good. I open myself to receive. And I think it comes in such a beautiful way. But that's another point that I got. Being able to receive. And I think it was 2 in 1 that I mentioned. Be prepared to receive and receive it with grace. Like you deserve it. And I know sometimes it's so easy to say we all deserve things, but imposter syndrome is so real. And so even if you gotta pretend, pretend. Eventually one day I truly believe that eventually one day you will even look at it and be like, I used to think I didn't deserve this. What? So act like it, pretend, and open yourself to receive all the goodness that the universe will bring to you. Because once you put a goal out there, the universe is already shifting to align to what you want. And so allow yourself to receive it however it comes in your own good. So those are like, I think I don't even, I think I've lost count. How many have I said now? I think I've lost count. Oof. But yeah, those are the beautiful lessons that I learned from Active Sarah. Acting, reinventing yourself, receiving, and I forgot the last one that I mentioned. There's a lot more nuggets of wisdom within this movie. Um, it's very, very interesting. I loved it, and I think you should watch it. Anyway, that's all from me today, and I hope you have a great one. See ya. Bye bye.